Everyone. Today we are going to discuss about swapping technique in operating system. Swapping is a mechanism which is used to swap out a process which is in the primary memory, that is RAM, to a secondary memory, say a hard disk. The swapping of a process from RAM to the hard disk and from hard disk to the RAM is known as swapping. Why do we use this swapping? This is used in case of a large programs, or multi-programming tasks, when there are multi-programs that have to be performed. In such cases, providing space for each and every process would be impossible. So, swapping is a technique which is used to provide space for a process which is in a waiting state, and this may be process which is inactive at a current point of time. So swapping is a process in which it is swapped out from a primary memory to the hard disk. Once another process is, that is P2, is completed, again it is swapped in into the RAM. Okay, now let us know about the two terms. One is static relocation and the other is dynamic relocation. What is static relocation? Here this is a RAM and there is a process P1 which is entering into the RAM. So this process will be given certain memory space, and this memory space, it cannot be changed during its whole execution period. In such a case, if the process is swapped into a that is a secondary memory, in case it is swapped out, let us consider it is swapped out. If this memory address is some 7k, and if it is swapped out, after certain time again it is swapped into the RAM, right? There is a chance it cannot be relocated into the same place. Hence, in case of a static relocation, the memory which is given for a certain process, it cannot be changed. So because of which the again brought back process, it cannot be relocated into the same place. In such a case, swapping would be impossible. So in dynamic relocation, swapping is impossible. Static relocation, swapping is impossible. Whereas in a dynamic relocation, consider there is a process 1, here is the RAM. This will be given certain memory space. This will have a physical address and also a logical address. Let us also understand about these two things: physical address and logical address. This is secondary memory and this is primary memory. In case we have to relocate this process 1 from primary memory to the secondary memory, and after completion of the work, it can be brought back into the primary memory. In such a case, if we consider the process 1 has a memory, it can be relocated into different place. How does this happen? Because the in primary memory, the base address, for suppose the physical address of that particular process is say 7000, and the virtual address of, or called as logical address, starts from 0 to certain extent, some x space. If the particular process which is being swapped out has a logical address of 100, and the physical address of the process which is the physical address of a RAM which is 7000, and the process logical address is 7100, then the physical address of the whole process is 7100. This is called as a base address and this is a logical address. Hope you got my point. అంటే ఈ ప్రాసెస్ P1 యొక్క ఫిజికల్ అడ్రస్ స్టార్టింగ్ 7000 ఉంది. లాజికల్ అడ్రస్ అనేది 0 నుంచి సమ్ ఎక్స్టెంట్ ఉంది, కానీ మనం స్వాప్ అవుట్ చేసిన ప్రాసెస్ యొక్క అడ్రస్ ఏంటి? లాజికల్ అడ్రస్ 100. So this process being started from 7000 in the primary memory, by adding the logical address 100, the whole physical address of that process would be 7100. Hope you got this point. This is known as dynamic relocation. In this case, the swapping is possible.